we need to stop blaming Dan Campbell for this Detroit Lions loss. All right? Dan Campbell's been going for it on fourth down all year long. And all year long, he's been getting praise. Week in and week out. He goes for it, we praise him. That's just the mentality he's had. That's the mindset he's had. And that's the way the Detroit Lions have played all year long. All over the media today, everyone is blasting Dan Campbell and blaming him for this loss. I get the fact that you're down 3, you're up 24-7, you go and you get the points on the board. You're at the 30-yard line of the Niners. You're going for the kill at this point. They convert on that play. They're at the 20, in the red zone, and that game is basically finished. I get that the Niners came back regardless, but you look at the play, Josh Reynolds open. Jared Goff makes the throw, and it hits Josh Reynolds in the hands. That ball needs to be caught. He catches it. It is first down at the 20, and basically they can run some clock. They score a touchdown, and that game gets blown out of the water. And that's what he was going for. He was going for the kill shot, and Josh Reynolds drops it. That's not Dan Campbell's fault. The play was executed. The throw was executed. They just didn't execute on the catch. And that is on Josh Reynolds, not Dan Campbell. Later in the game, fourth down again, Dan Campbell. To cut the momentum, do you kick a field goal? Sure. At that point, you could kick a field goal. But like Dan Campbell has done all year, and like everyone has praised him all year, he goes for it on fourth down. There's pressure. I mean, you can't do anything about that. The defense gets through. There's pressure on Goff. Goff makes a throw. And Amon-Ra and Goff are on the same page. Amon-Ra has to do a spin around, and he falls a little bit short of the ball. And at that point, the Niners just have all the momentum, and the game's going to go right through their hands. And I hear the arguments that you kick those field goals, and you're at 30, and then at the end of the game, that touchdown wins the game. Okay, cool. There's one argument. But the Niners still would have 3 timeouts. The Niners would call a different game plan on defense, and the Niners maybe get a stop. Or at the end of the game, they don't go for the onside kick, and the Niners get the ball with a couple of seconds left. Either way you look at it, Dan Campbell cannot be at full blame for this game. The defense collapsed in the second half. Your offense just didn't have it in them. It's the same thing as the Ram game. The Lions started off strong, first half on fire. You thought it was going to be a high-scoring game, and they got shut out in the second half. But the only difference in that game was the defense shut down the Rams. In this game, they did not shut down the 49ers. They let the Niners go down the field. A few costly turnovers, 2 on downs, 1 on a Gibbs fumble, his first of the year. You can't blame the kid. It was just a miscommunication. He went the wrong way. The snap never found the center of his chest, and the ball hit the ground. You can't blame Gibbs. You can't blame Campbell. It was an all-around piss-poor performance in that second half. Just atrocious. Defense. 27 unanswered points. That is ridiculous as a defense to give up. Offensively, you couldn't get in the end zone until the last drive of the game. Not all of that is on Dan Campbell. They're a Josh Reynolds catch away from Dan Campbell getting all the praise. Because Josh Reynolds catches that fourth down, they get in the end zone, the game's over. Oh my God, Dan Campbell does it again. He goes for it on fourth down, they convert, and they win it. If you're gonna praise him when he makes it, you cannot do when he misses it. You can't turn your back on him and just say that he's the reason they lost. If you're gonna praise him, you gotta stick with him through the misses. And if you don't praise him, then that's okay. But all year, Dan Campbell got praise, so you cannot turn your back on Dan Campbell now in the biggest game where he sticks to his guns and he goes for it. Dan Campbell made the right decision like he did all year. This time it just didn't work out. The most important game is the time it didn't work out, and that's just the football gods not being on Detroit's side. It's not Dan Campbell making the wrong choice. I think Dan Campbell made the right choice. I don't like how he's getting all the hate in the media, but it is what it is. That's going to happen when you're the head coach. The Detroit Lions will be back. Don't worry. I don't think this is the end for them. A lot of people are saying it's their 1 year, their 1 year wonders. I don't see that. I think the Detroit Lions are only going to get better. They're bringing more guys in the offseason. They still have a draft. I think the Lions will be back here in a couple of years. And that's just my take. I know in the comments you guys are going to come at me and say you're going to blame Dan Campbell. That's cool. I'm going to stick with Dan Campbell on this. I think he made the right choice, and that's how I feel. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, I'll see you guys next time.